Life in the Lauren Lounge right now. I thought about it. I've been on Exile for like half of the damn game, pretty much. And I'm just chilling. Thought about working on a tan because I'm pale as fuck, let's be real. And then I decided I didn't want to go full Cochrane and be sunburnt. So I decided against that. And I'm just wearing full on clothes, except I am in a t shirt. So I'll probably just get a farmer's tan, if we're being honest.
Bill was voted out. And I think it was definitely a really emotional experience because Bill is definitely one of my most trusted allies. And despite any differences we had on the original Phil tribe, I definitely trust him completely now. And it definitely sucks that he had to go out on a rock jaw.
I don't think any of us are going to Exile tonight.
None of us are going to Exile tonight. Well,
because we're gonna,
unless someone picks us.
Unless we win, yeah.
I just don't want any of us to get picked so then we can hang out.
I know.
I agree.
Me too. Because it would just be fun to play the game together.
Yeah,
I think so.
If this game is gonna last for another 3 freaking weeks, like let's have some fun.
like you want to hang out with people that you enjoy being around, you can joke with, and just have a good time.
Do stupid, crazy shit with.
Yeah. like last night. It's like the other night. Stupid, crazy shit. It was fun. It was wild. Bill went home, which works out.
I apologize to Victoria for gloating.
She was a little upset.
Yeah. A birdie told me that she thought I was.
I feel like there's someone else you apologize to.
Can someone reenact the situation for me? Because
it was just this intensity. We were in a pressure cooker.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't trying to be rude.
Uh-huh. Plus, Bill had been saying, you two knew that you guys were going after each other. That
it was so clear as day.
You guys were, if you were both left in the game, you guys were not going to be working together.
No way. He would still be my target. He would be my target.
So I think Mackenzie said something along the lines of "See you later, motherfucker," or something.
Yeah, peace out, motherfucker.
But you actually said that?
Yeah, but Bill and I had that kind of relationship. We had very many snarky one-on-ones. I recommended him a book about a polygamous relationship hours beforehand. It was we were rivals, but it was in a friendly way.
It was it was playful.
Yeah, and so I think he thought of my goodbye as being playful. I would never say that to Victoria.
I have to look at the short-term game right now. Yes, obviously, my mind is always thinking what I need in the long-term game. But right now, with what's going on and we keep losing, I need to do what's best for myself to get to the merge. I had great talk with Mike on Exile, and I told him, I said, if Greg and I can get there to the merge and you three and Lilly and Alex and yourself are there as well, we're linking back up with you guaranteed, because that's an alliance that I made from day one and I like to stick with my people. However, here's my only issue. Mackenzie is my best friend in this game. I love Greg. He's my ride or die. But Mackenzie's someone that I've made a really good friendship with, and I care about her a lot, and I want to keep her in the game as long as possible. And I know it's the same situation vice versa. It's hard coming into these games. You don't know necessarily if you're going to click with people or if you're going to make friendships. And I even said prior to this game starting that I wasn't here to make friends, But once I start talking to people, getting to know them, it happens for me. I have a really hard time switching off. Okay, I'm playing a game or I'm meeting someone really cool and I actually genuinely like them. And so my route now is I'm going to be with Mackenzie.
So Mike comes back from Exile Island last night. We're all on a Zoom call with him. He gives us some information, says he found the clue, solved it, but didn't get any advantage out of it. But more importantly, says, oh yeah, Lauren said we should go after you, John. Lauren says you're a very good player and we need to vote you out. Well, that's interesting. I was kind of hoping I could work with Lauren in this game. She's a savvy player. Thought she would see the merit of having another savvy player working with her. Someone strong to deflect some of the target from her, but it's a war she wants. It's a war she's going to get. I don't know if Lauren knows what she's messing with here, because she's in for a world of hurt if we ever end up on the same tribe together, because I'm coming for her now. Nothing's going to stop that.
Tonight, I finally put my big boy pants on and just straight up asked Lilly if she would want to make a final 2 deal. And she said the exact same thing. Basically, she had been waiting to see how I would react. So that right now, I would say that Lilly is my ride or die. But I also have John. I also have all these other people that I could work with in a situation where things get funny.
So right now it's me, Mike, and Lilly working together, trying to gather as much information as we can. It would suck if one of them gets exiled. I hope that doesn't happen tonight. Because we need to keep that solid 3. I think our 3 is stronger than their 4, which is nice, but it's still a minority as of right now. Hopefully, if we can convince John and Michael we're voting Connor, then we could take out John if they think the votes are going on Connor. That way we get out one of the bigger threats in the game in John. We solidify Andrew, hopefully. Connor's an easy next move because Michael can't really do anything. Even though I really like Michael, and I really like John too, to be honest. But
I think Michael would work with us more than John or Connor if John gets taken out. I should say, if John gets taken out, I think Michael's gonna come to us. He'll be good with us.
Yeah, I don't want to. But you think honestly, I feel like this kind of blindside where we blindsided Michael. You can't be too mad because we're on separate sides of this. We did what we had to do.
I actually, the way you said, I kind of like that. If it can work out that way.
So I'm about to go into today's challenge, and we're going to find out who the Phil tribe voted out. I'm a little nervous just because I have no idea what the frick I'm doing. I'm hoping that Alex and Mike are trustworthy. I trust Andrew, but I feel like there's a high chance that one of the 4 of us are going to get pulled to exile, especially Andrew.
All right. We are going to bring in the Phil tribe. Alexa tribe, getting your first look at the new Phil tribe. Bill, eliminated at the last tribal council.
Wait, what?
All right. You guys ready to get to today's immunity challenge?
Let's get to it.
Do it.
Yep. So today's immunity challenge, the rules are very simple, but the execution will not be as much. For today's challenge, everyone will stand with their eyes closed and their hands on their head. Your objective is to be the one person who sits down closest to 10 minutes without going over. That one person will win immunity for their tribe. If everyone goes over 10 minutes, the person closest to 10 minutes will win immunity for their tribe. In addition to immunity, you are also playing for reward. The one person who wins will receive a reward that will be revealed to them in private after the immunity challenge. As always, the winning tribe will select someone from the losing tribe to go to Exile Island, and that person will select someone from the winning tribe to join them. Alexa tribe, you have one extra member, so you're sitting somebody out tonight. Keep in mind, you cannot sit out the same person in back-to-back challenges. We have a lot at stake tonight. We have reward, Exile Island, and most importantly, immunity. Let's get things started. John is sitting out for the Alexa tribe. And we will have everybody put their hands on their head and close their eyes. All right, survivors ready? Begin.
Big challenge. 6 Alexa tribe members versus 6 Phil members. All you need is that one person from your tribe. $14, $19, $27, $3, $38.
I could go through some math examples if you guys want. I'm a math teacher if you guys didn't know.
Huh.
We could do some algebra.
Ian, why don't you read us a story?
It's a nice, relaxing challenge for a Sunday. Hell yeah, I can do that. Let me get one.
As a collection of children's books.
Did everyone have a nice weekend? Nice day off?
Today we're going to be reading We Don't Eat Our Classmates. I don't know why the hell I'm showing you the paper. Penelope Rex was nervous. It's not every day a little T-Rex starts school. What are my classmates going to be like? Will they be nice? How many teeth will they have? This was very important. Penelope's mom bought her a new backpack with ponies on it. Ponies were Penelope's favorite because ponies are delicious. Penelope's dad packed her a lunch of 300 tuna sandwiches and 1 apple juice.
I like this story so far.
Finally, the big day came, and Penelope Rex was very surprised to find out that all of her classmates were children. So she ate them because children are delicious.
That took a dark turn.
We don't eat our classmates. Please spit them out at once. So she did. It was not the best way to start school. Still, Penelope was determined to have a good first day. She tried hard to make friends at recess. She finger painted some of her best work. She even saved Griffin Emery a seat at lunch. You can sit here, she says. Penelope started to notice everyone was making friends but her.
Aww.
It was lonely.
So sad.
When she got home, her dad asked her about her first day of school. I didn't make any friends, Penelope cried. None of the children wanted to play with me. Penelope Rex, her father asked, did you eat your classmates? Well, maybe, sort of, just a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to make friends, said her dad, especially if you eat them. You see, Penelope, children are just the same as us on the inside. They're just a little tastier. And that gave Penelope a lot to think about. The next day, Penelope tried really hard, but poor Penelope, she could not stop herself from eating her classmates. Mrs. Noodleman, Penelope ate William Amato again, and her friends were all afraid of her, except Walter. Walter was a goldfish, so Penelope tried to make friends with him. Will you be my friend? Chomp. Penelope cried, he's eating my finger. Once Penelope found out what it was like to be someone's snack, she had lost her appetite for children. She stopped eating her classmates, even when Cece Woodman spilled barbecue sauce all over herself. And soon, Penelope made friends.
Is this a story that you're supposed to read to children?
Yep.
Is this real? Like, this is a real children's book?
Yes. Now, even when children look especially delicious, she peeks at Walter and remembers what it's like when someone tries to eat you. And Walter, the goldfish, stares right back at her and licks his lips. Because dinosaurs are delicious.
Did a student of yours write this, or is it like this a published book?
This is a very published book.
Okay, cool.
That is now very over.
I wonder how many financial situations that school has.
Always wrapped up in a lawsuit. It's so hot. I wish I didn't wear this tracksuit. But isn't it cool?
It is very nice, Mackenzie. I like it.
Thank you, Morgan. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. What grade do you teach, Morgan?
I teach high school math.
Oh, whoa. I don't remember any of that then.
That's okay. Most people don't.
I don't even remember high school math. I'm in high school.
So everybody needs to keep their eyes closed, but I'm going to have you all stand while keeping your eyes closed. And everybody can now open their eyes.
All right, ready to find out the results? All right, I'm gonna gradually just eliminate people here. You can sit down if I called your name. You sat down after the 12-minute mark. Connor, Lily, Alex, Lauren, Austin, and Mackenzie. Mike Simmons at a time of 11 minutes, 46 seconds. Victoria at 11 minutes and 40 seconds. Michael Zucker at 9 minutes and 14 seconds. That leaves us with Jim, Andrew, and Greg. Greg, slightly over 10 minutes and 3 seconds.
Wow.
No.
Which brings us down perfectly. One from the Phil tribe, one from the Alexa tribe. The winner at a time of 9 minutes and 46 seconds is Andrew.
Let's go.
Let's
go. Let's go.
The tribe wins immunity, and I want to give some credit to Jim at 9 minutes and 42 seconds.
Whoa.
So
Nice job, Jim. Nice job, Jim.
different. So the Alexa tribe has won immunity, sending the Phil tribe back to tribal council. Alexa tribe, you know what that means. You are making the decision and sending someone from Exile, or sending someone from the Phil tribe to Exile Island, keeping in mind that you cannot send Lauren as she was just there.
Lily, how much longer would you have kept going?
Literally, I had 100 seconds left, so
That's good.
I was
You were the only one still standing when we called it.
Why'd you say
Oh man, way to go, Andrew.
Yeah.
Way to rock it.
Wow.
Greg was only 3 seconds off, though.
Yeah, that was
crazy.
tight. Oh, you have no, I was watching. I was like, oh my God.
All right, kiddos, how do we feel?
So, Bill's gone.
Yep.
How does everyone feel about sending Mackenzie back?
Already been there once.
Yeah.
Well, how do we think the vote like happened that Bill went? Like that
So
kind of
I think Ian said Bill was eliminated last tribal council to make us think they went to Rocks.
right. I just don't think they did that.
I don't think
So
so
someone must
either.
have flipped. Someone must have flipped. Who do you think did?
Victoria.
So do you think that it would, like, if she were now, I don't know, I'm just trying to think, do you think that she be the target now that she did that? Like, or that she's now maybe ingrained with?
I think if we think Victoria flipped, it would be
Greg would be on the out.
Yeah.
Maybe Greg would be on the outs and we should send him.
And then that would kind of put Lauren in a hot spot because she hasn't been there really.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the best way to go about it then. Send Greg.
I wouldn't mind sending Greg.
Yeah, I think
I'd be all right with that.
Yeah.
It's fine with me.
All right. So, Alexa tribe, who have you chosen to go to Exile Island?
We have chosen to send Greg to Exile Island.
Okay. Greg, you are going to Exile Island. Please choose someone from the Alexa tribe to join you, keeping in mind that you cannot select Mike as he was also just at Exile Island.
Mm-hmm. I'll take Alex.
Alex, you will be joining Greg on Exile Island. You will return to your tribes Tuesday night before the immunity challenge. This means Greg is automatically immune from tomorrow's vote. Phil tribe, we will see you tomorrow night at Tribal Council, where someone will be the fourth person voted out of this game.
I don't have the best awareness when it comes to time. I don't know how I was showing myself on screen, but I felt like I was ticking like a clock, which sucked because at the beginning, like the first 2 minutes, I was counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and I realized that Mississippi is a dumb word around 40 seconds, and I didn't want to have to go through the rest of that saying the word Mississippi over and over again. So I ended up slowing down my pace until about 9 minutes. And then right before I got to 10, I realized that I probably, was either ahead or behind by a significant amount of time. So I decided to add another 30 seconds at the end. And it just so happens that was the 30 seconds that I needed to win the challenge. So the reward after the challenge was that I got to pick someone to go to the Phil Tribal Council tonight. And the way I picked was once I learned that it was just someone going to watch, just spun a wheel. I don't trust everyone completely, obviously, but I do trust that everyone's on the same page here as far as learning what we can about the other tribe. Now, whether that person, keeps things from us, that's entirely up to them. But I feel like they will reveal the majority of what happens at Tribal.
And everybody was kind of wanted to go more so for entertainment value than for actual game strategy. It would just be interesting to watch and fun to watch. And I was actually selected by virtue of Wheel. So I'm going to go and have some.
So I didn't actually mind being exiled too much. Of course, at first, when Greg picked me, it was a little like, shoot, like, do they think me and Greg are super tight? Do they, like, and also you're just gone 2 days, right? And, like, so what, are they ganging up on me? What's going on behind my back? But you got to just trust, and I trust Mike and Lily that to stay true, and I trust they're going to get the info.
After speaking with Alex, it sounded like Alex, Lily, and Mike were pushing for me to go, which would save me from tribal council. So thank you to you three, and for the rest of the tribe for, I don't know why you sent me, but I appreciate it. I don't think I was going to go home tonight anyway. I think if Victoria was saved, my new Fantastic Four alliance with Lauren, Mackenzie, and Austin would have prevailed, and we would have sent Jim home.
We lost last night. Heartbreaking to be only 18 seconds off from being exactly 10 minutes and still losing. Still hurts a little bit this morning. I'm not gonna lie. Try the same with Greg, being 3 seconds over.
I was really surprised they sent Greg to Exile, to be honest. I don't really understand what the motive there was. But I'm thinking that maybe, I don't know, maybe Mike or Alex said that it would be helpful for their game for Greg to go. I don't know. I like Greg a lot. And I kind of thought that they were going to send either Jim or Victoria to Exile. And so therefore it would be like, I would just know who I was voting for based on who was left. But because they took one of the four to Exile, now I'm in this predicament to make this choice. However, Victoria is better for Greg's game. Much better. Like much better for Greg's game. So I don't feel the need to consider Greg's game because Greg's not here.
So I'm not the type of person who wants to change allegiances for the sake of it, but I'm very aware of my position in the game and I'll adjust accordingly. And hopefully if the old Alexa on this tribe see that I'm at the bottom, they might consider keeping me over somebody like Jim, who could flip back to Connor and Michael on the other tribe later on.
So now we're going back to tribal tonight, and I haven't got a chance to talk with Lauren yet to see if anything's changed. I don't think anything is going to change. I think we're going to probably go for Victoria, but we know Lauren's been to Exile a couple times. She could have an advantage. Would she use it on Victoria to save her? Or I don't think she'll do that. I think she should keep it for herself, but who knows?
Advantages in the game of Survivor are either really good or really bad. Having two of them is nice, but then again, not really. You have a huge target on your back, especially if people are talking, thinking that you have something. And people are talking. I guarantee people think that I have something from Exile because I spent half the game there. And that's fine. They can think what they want. I do have something, but it's fun for it to be a guessing game because they don't know what to do. Should we vote for her? Should we not? What if she plays something? What could happen?
So I believe the plan tonight for what we are trying to do is to put the votes sadly on Victoria. It's nothing against her. I just feel like our game can't go further with her than we believe it can with Jim being loyal. So unfortunately, it just comes down to a systematic approach where we have to eliminate what threatens our game the most. So sadly, Victoria, it's your time to go tonight.
What are you thinking?
A boy.
Like, we could do a girls thing if we wanted to.
There's so few of us in the game.
And there's only 4 of us left, right?
Yeah.
And how many boys? 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like if there were only 3 girls at the merge, like they would just go out immediately.
Definitely.
Or they could go out immediately.
I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah.
I mean,
what do you guys want to happen?
We just want to stay in the game.
Yeah.
Like, we just want to stay in the game. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I haven't given any thought as far as what I'm want to do, but I have always kind of wanted to do a girl thing. So I don't know. I personally, I don't want to play with people who are sticking to tribal lines. And if Jim is being really stingy about willing to be able to work with people, that's not fun for me. I don't want to go into the merge and play with the boys that were on the old Alexa team. I don't want to bro out with them.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
That's not interesting to me. And Jim's a number really for Connor and Michael.
Mm-hmm. I'm planning to vote for Jim tonight, and I think that's the final decision. So if Lauren is telling the truth, then I am voting with Lauren, and we are basically trying to flip either Mackenzie or Austin to vote Jim. But I think the chances are kind of slim.
All right, we are about to bring the Phil tribe in for their second back-to-back tribal council, where Connor is secretly sitting in to observe and get a little insight into the Phil tribe dynamic. The Phil tribe will not know that Connor is here, so he will be a mysterious question mark at tonight's tribal council. Phil tribe, here we are again, back so soon. However, Lauren, this is your first tribal council. Tell me how you're feeling.
I mean, it's what any tribal council is. Everyone's nervous. If you're not nervous, I don't know what you're doing, because everyone talks to everyone in this game. Well, not everyone, because Jim decided to leave me on red, so I'm pretty sure that he's potentially coming after me tonight. So there's that.
Wow.
Hey,
starting things off with some fire tonight.
I said communication's two-way street, so.
I reached out to you. I messaged you and said, do you want to have a conversation? You left me on red.
I left you on red. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so that means you read my message and then you didn't respond back and say anything.
Hang on. I
Jim, we'll get you hooked up with the lingo, Jim. I love it, man.
Oh, I do apologize. She did. You got me at work, so I might have bumped it and said I read it, and I do apologize. My bad.
Hey, flames were
All right, Lauren has been
off.
at Tribal
bad.
Council for approximately 30 seconds, and she's already blowing things up. So I guess it's about to be an interesting night. Last Tribal Council was also a crazy one. Jim, how did you feel about receiving 3 votes?
Actually, I felt pretty good considering the outcome, that it put me in a tie and then I didn't have to draw rocks.
Did you know that your name was going to come up?
I did a little bit through Mackenzie just telling me that Greg was talking about putting my name down, but other than that, not knowing for sure.
So Ian reads the votes and we have a tie. Austin, tell me what is going through your brain when you see that we have a tie vote?
I think it's something we all, from retrospective different Alexia and Phil tribe members going into that vote, I think that's pretty much what we were set on, was we were all talking about going to rocks. So it didn't really like surprise me that that happened, because at that point we all were aligned with our like sort of little mini loyalty lines, and then we realized like we could disperse afterwards and try to figure out different things. But I think for that moment, like we were all settled on like having our own things, and I don't think anybody was bad about that. Was something Bill was gone, but
you weren't nervous at all knowing you had a 25% chance of going home?
oh, I had pit stains. I'm not saying I wasn't sweating, but that's the kind of risk that you take in these kind of things. Sometimes they're foolish and sometimes they're worth it. And obviously last time it paid out in our favor.
I said, didn't you see the pillow he was chewing on? He was nervous.
I got a bite out of that pillow at that point.
So Mackenzie, did last Tribal Council go how you hoped it would?
Oh, it was a dream come true, honestly. Like I came into this new tribe really excited because we're the eccentric tribe, you know? Like we're kind of all a little bit like weird. And I was excited about that. The jocks are over on the other side, guys. We know this. We've lost a million times. Like, don't fool ourselves. Like, I was really excited to be part of this tribe because I thought, like, oh my gosh, all these people are people who I feel like I vibed with across the Zoom screen. And I didn't even notice until the next day that we were in the minority. And then I was like, oh my gosh, shit, like I'm in the minority. And at that point, there was no entryway into the other, like, into the original Phil tribe. They weren't down. So, and especially Bill, he was the most brick wall of all of them. And he basically told me to my face that he was coming for me. So to have to put your life on the line like that and then have your like enemy like taken out, I mean, that was awesome. So it was great. It was great, to be honest, but it's sad to see anyone go because he was an interesting guy.
Victoria, how about you? Was last Tribal Council how you hoped?
It wasn't exactly how I hoped, but I'm still here, and I think my goal now is to prevent that from ever happening again in this new Phil tribe, and I think that's the top priority. Like, we never need to get a free cardio workout again.
So let's talk about the immunity challenge last night. Jim, you were seconds away from winning immunity for your tribe. Very impressive. So tell us, what was your strategy?
My strategy was the old side-to-side hip movement as Ian was reading, trying to distract us. So I was just counting my seconds from side to side, and I guess I needed a tune-up. I was a little short. So sad.
I mean, you weren't over, so.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you were this close, and so was Greg. 3 seconds off from 10 minutes. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, to miss it by 8 or 16 and then still lose that's just crazy. That was tough.
Now, Mackenzie, did you have a strategy? Because it didn't seem like you were super focused.
No, so I have ADHD, but I don't take Adderall anymore because I don't like it. But yeah, like right off the bat, I knew it wasn't going to be my challenge because I can't like keep track of things. So I was like, this is not going to be for me. But I kind of forgot, like I was like, oh, this is kind of like the challenge that was in David and Goliath and with Christian. And I was like, but then no, it wasn't because it was a team thing. So no, it worked out, but I think it probably hurt everybody an equal amount. Yeah, it was off. You live and you learn.
Well, it was fun to watch you guys. Now let's talk about Exile Island. Lauren, you are like the resident of Exile Island. However, you're not there tonight. Why do you think the Alexa tribe chose to send Greg?
Well, I don't know why they chose to send Greg. I mean, theoretically, their best option is to send Greg or Victoria simply because then the original Alexas keep their numbers. And so that was a smart move on their end. How they decided between sending Greg or Victoria, I don't know. It's a mystery. You're going to have to ask them when you have them at tribal council. So that's a good question to keep on your back burner there. So yeah, noted. But I will say, I think it's the best decision. If they want to keep their full Alexa tribe completely strong, smart move on their end.
Yeah, so Victoria, Lauren brings up the fact that you guys are down in the numbers. I mean, originally when the tribe swapped, there was 4 original Phil members and 3 original Alexa members. But now I'm sitting here looking at still 3 original Alexa and 2 original Phil. So do you think tonight's vote is going to stick to tribal lines?
Well, it could stick to tribal lines, but the other important thing is there's now a new Phil tribe and a new Alexa tribe. And if the other tribe goes many votes without having to go to tribal council, they could become a new identity and the tribal lines could be divided in a different way. So I think there's a lot to think about tonight.
So you think there's the possibility that as we move further in the game, it won't so much be about what tribe you were originally on, but the tribes that exist now?
I think it's all about the connections you have with people, and if the new Alexa tribe is able to build those connections without building any conflict, they could become a new entity.
Austin, I think Victoria brings up a really good point. I mean, the easy vote is to stick with old tribal lines, but at the end of the day, it only takes one person to make a dramatic difference in this game. So how do you feel about where you're at with your position in the tribe?
Well, I mean, having a little bit of majority with like the original Alexa certainly is a great feeling because the original Phil had the majority when we were coming in, and that's obviously like a mirrored situation. So now it feels like you know what to live on one half and one on the other. The gameplay really affects the style, so I'm saying that it's a possibility that tribal lines could stay, but nothing's off the table at this point. I mean, we knew that we were coming in the original vote, which was the one that sent Bill home, was going to be tribal lines, and then after that, you can make your own theoretical. Because I know you guys love jigsaw puzzles of different tribes and everything that we could all associate with. So I don't think anything's really off the table at this point.
All right, Mackenzie. Is there a fear that someone might play an idol tonight? There are so few people voting. I mean, anything that shows up can just flip everything on its head.
Yeah, I have my suspicions that Bill had an idol and he went home with it. So that means that there might be a new idol on this beach that we are on. So there's definitely the possibility that someone found it. And as we all know, I'm not good at puzzles or clues, so it's certainly not me. So I hope that it's not the person that I'm voting for tonight. And I like everybody. I'm gonna be disappointed no matter what. I've been disappointed all day. It's been such a shitty day. I think we all have had just such a shitty day. We like each other so much. It's not like last tribal council.
I've had a good day. Speak for yourself.
Okay.
So, Jim, what are you basing your vote on tonight?
I'm basing my vote on what will be best for the team going forward. Like they said, because once we go into individual, that tribe over there might be all together. So we got to keep this group close in case that has actually happened. So that's what I'm basing my vote on tonight, keeping this tribe strong.
Lauren, how about you? It's your first time casting a vote. What is tonight about for you?
Well, for me personally, you have to look at it. I've spent half the time on Exile Island, so I haven't had as many opportunities to build relationships with people from my original Phil tribe and then people from the new Phil tribe that we now have. So I'm in a tough spot. I do know that I am on the bottom, and if people are willing to keep me around and it's best for their game, please do. I want to stay in this game. For me, in terms of the vote, it's tricky because I haven't spent as much time with everyone, so I'm trying to weigh every single type of dynamic that could help me get further in the game.
All right, I think we have an interesting vote ahead of us. Is there anything that anybody would like to add?
Yeah, I'd like to apologize to Lauren. That was my bad, my mistake. So if we survive tonight, I'll make that up to you.
All right.
That was
with that.
Thank you, Jared.
That was totally my bad.
With that, it is time to vote.
I'm voting for Jim tonight. I did want to work with you, but unfortunately, I have to target you tonight, and I'm hoping it works out.
Oh my God. Victoria, you are a sweetheart and I absolutely adore you. I wish that we could have worked together in a different game. We could have, if things had just gone a little bit differently. But I have sincere loyalty to the other 3 people that are here tonight, that it would be actually awful if I broke it. Whereas you and I, we never had anything solid. I wish you the best.
Victoria.
Okay, I'll go tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and you would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the Zoom call immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Victoria. Jim. 1 vote Victoria, 1 vote Jim. Victoria. Fourth person voted out of Survivor Exile Island. Victoria. Victoria, the tribe has spoken.
We love you.
Love you, Victoria.
Love you.
Well, a vote that sucks, but a vote that was unanimous, and a vote that hopefully will give you enough unity for the next immunity challenge, which is tomorrow night. We will see you then. Good night, everyone.
Hi, so I'm definitely very grateful to be part of this ORG experience, especially Ian and Morgan, who hosted the show, and all of production. And I think the main thing is I'm just very grateful for this experience. I was pretty sure I would be the one voted out tonight, so I'm not too surprised about that. I'm a bit disappointed, but I think overall the experience is the most important for me. So I really enjoyed being on the show.